All right, here we go in the HPE400 Ford Focus RS out here on my favorite little country, well, one of my favorite country driving roads. Not as good as Malibu or Colorado, but it'll do for the Houston area. This is a car I've had for a little over a month. I actually shot a driving impression video when the vehicle was stock, and like right before we got ready to publish it, we put a tune in the car and picked up a bunch of power. Then I drove the car and I'm like, no, that video does not do this car justice. So we just held off for a few weeks, and I'm going to give you my impression driving this special car now. I've had the tune in the car again for a couple weeks, and as I mentioned earlier, the tune is truly transformational. It takes a fun car and turns it into a ridiculously fun car. Why is it so much more fun? You know, I really thought about that in advance of shooting this video, and it really boils down to two words: torque hit. So the big power increase from the tune, it bumps the torque like 70 foot-pounds in the mid-range, right? Depending on what speed you're going and what gear you're in. You know, if you're north of 3,000 RPM, you hit the throttle right now, 3,500 RPM, boom, the boost spikes to probably 23, 24 PSI, and you just feel this immediate rush of torque. And you don't have to, I mean, even down at 2,500 RPM, it pulls, and it just keeps on going. And you know, it's still warm here, so I haven't taken the drag strip or tried to run any hard numbers in the car. I'm just gonna wait for it to cool off a little bit. But just in terms of seat of the pants and fun to drive factor, up on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say for, you know, cars under $100,000, let's say if a 10 is a 911 Porsche or a Z06 Corvette, a stock Focus RS is probably it's a 6, a 6.5. It's a $45,000 car. It's got a lot of technology. It's all-wheel drive, torque vectoring. So again, you know, I described the stock Focus RS, and it was fun to drive. But now with the tune, with 445 foot-pounds of torque at the flywheel, it literally went from a 6, a 6.5 to an 8.5, a 9 on the fun factor and the fun scale. It's significantly more fun to drive, and it's power that you can put down and you can use it. I mean, again, I'm just kind of tooling along here in the country, just short shifting between 3,000 and 5,000 RPM, and you just feel the torque push you back in the seat. I mean, it's all-wheel drive, but with the power going to the front wheels, it lifts the nose. You can substantially feel the nose coming up when the boost kicks in. And so it just powers out of corners. The factory brakes, suspension are great. I was watching Camissa from Motor Trend on a head-to-head with Lieberman the other day, and they were talking about the suspension they thought was kind of harsh. Well, you do have the adjustable little button over here on the turn signal that does make it stiff, but man, I would never drive it like that. I took it out to Motorsport Ranch, was running around a tight little, I don't know if it was the rattlesnake course, but they've got a tight little 1.3 mile course. And my buddy's in a tuned up GTR, which is really fast. And this car, through some of the tight turns, would keep up with them. So this car has got, just from the factory, it's got tons and tons of grip. It's got great brakes. It's comfortable car to drive. But for fun factor, under all situations, whether it's standing start, dead dig, 0 to 60, it is so much fun to drive. And it really doesn't run out of juice till probably $120. I don't know that I've really gone much more than 120, 130 in it, but man, it's really, really just a righteous car, especially from a roll and 6th gear, just going down your favorite road, rolling in the throttle. It just goes 60 to 100 like now. And this little car is really kind of caused me to pause and think about, you know, we're in business because customers come to us and they want something special, they want something different. But it really, when I drive this car, it really inspires me to want to make sure that all the cars that we build or transformational. There's different degrees of, whoa, feel the torque steer, come on. In boost, 6 grand. Give it a little no lift shift, 3rd to 4th, boom. And with this, at this torque level, it will want to torque steer just a little bit, which is cool. HPE400 package to the Focus RS transforms this car from a fun car to a stupid fun car. And again, I don't really know what to compare it with. It's certainly not a GTR, but there's things about the GTR that I like. There's things about the GTR that, in my opinion, the suspension's a little harsh. There's a lot of tire noise. I don't think it's out of line to consider this car a little baby GTR, a little, baby 911 turbo at a quarter the price. From a fun standpoint, it is super cool, and literally everywhere you go in a Focus RS, people want to check the car out. They know what it is. I was talking to a guy. I was on a little road trip through the countryside of backwoods Texas a couple weeks ago. Stopped at a Dairy Queen to get a ice cream cone, and a guy and his wife came rolling in, and they own a Focus ST, and he'd never seen an RS up close, and just was really wanted to check it out. After talking to the guy for a couple minutes, I'm like, hey dude, here's the key, just go have it going and let me know what you think. And so it's fun to share it. And we've adjusted our 400 package. We were originally going to offer it with an air filter and a mid pipe and an exhaust dump. I'll just give you my own personal opinion. Again, this is my car. It's currently my daily driver and probably will be for a little while. I don't think it needs it. I don't think this car needs an exhaust. I don't think that the air filter is really going to do a whole lot. The transformation and the power and the performance and the fun factor comes from the computer tune. And so therefore, without the other items, we're selling this package with the HPE400 badges and the Hennessey badge for $695. So for $700, you've got a specially tuned, transformed Hennessey Focus RS HPE400. That's the least expensive package that we've ever offered in the history of the company. So, wish I could do that wish I had that bang for the buck for everything that we worked on, but every car is different. Every car has a different personality and requires, we take a Mustang GT and to give it 800 horsepower, I just can't do that with it. I can't unlock that with a tune. It's supercharger and headers and fuel injectors and booster pumps and lots of work goes into that. But every Focus RS, in my opinion, needs this. I know there's other guys out there, there's other companies that offer similar stuff. I haven't had a chance to sample it. All I can tell you is that the tune that my guys have come up with on this package is just really special. The steering in the Focus RS is phenomenal. Ford makes our job easy sometimes because they just give us a great platform from which to modify. And a lot of people, we get a lot of emails and questions and comments about, hey, I want 500 horsepower, 600 horsepower. I mean, the new Ken Block Hero video came out last week, and cool video, and it's neat to see. But, look, the World Rally Focus that Ken's driving, I mean, that's the Formula One car of rally cars. That's a $600,000 to $1 million car. It weighs 2,000 pounds, and it's got 600 plus horsepower. For this, I wouldn't wear out my Michelin's by putting it in drift mode. I would just take it out on your favorite road, or even commuting to work. You can just have fun with this car in any situation. And so, good night. These roads out here kind of remind me of the little B roads, C roads that you get over in Europe and in the UK. And man, torque. I talk too much. I guess that's why you're watching this video, but you gotta feel it. And if you can get a Focus RS for a decent price, you know, I was watching again, the Motor Trend guys were comparing it with I think a Golf R, which I don't know much about a Golf R. I like, when I go to Europe, I like to rent a Golf. I think they're cool cars. You know, to me, this is a great daily driver. It's comfortable, it's well built, it does everything. You don't have the same amount of space as you would in a Raptor, but it's, you know, I wouldn't even consider it a compact car. It's a smaller car, but I'm plenty comfortable in it. I know the back seat's comfortable. I got room in the back to put my stuff. I just love the way it drives. What more can I say? So, I guess thanks for tuning in. You know, well, I will give one word of caution. If you do this package and you have one of these cars, be careful, because you're just going to want to drive fast everywhere you go. And I have to remind myself that, you know, got to keep it safe and don't be stupid and have fun, but keep it safe. And when you're in a nitrous blue Focus RS, people see you coming. So if you see a fast nitrous blue Focus RS rolling down I-10, it's probably me. Rock on. No lift shit, baby. Torque! I like it. All right, here we are at the back of the drag strip. I'm just a little curious to see what this feels like to do a standing start. I know it's got launch control. I'm just gonna do old school launch control where I rev it up and dump the clutch and shift and don't lift off the gas. So let's see how that goes. And I don't have a V-box. I don't know what my 0 to 60 is or quarter mile and that stuff. I just want to feel it. We'll come back soon and turn the drag strip on when it's a little cooler and run some numbers. I think this thing will do a high 12. I really do. I'm guessing maybe a 1270, 1280 to 110, 112 mile an hour. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so first gear, we're gonna do, I don't know, $4,000, 4,500. That was a bog, it needs more RPM. So that was $4,000, let's go a little higher. Shifting about 5,500. That's pretty good. Feels like it could just do it over and over too. Awesome car. All right, we'll be back when the drag strip's on and we can run some hard numbers. Talk to you soon.